Former DJ hardware manufacturer turned iOS developer Pacemaker is back with a brand new version. Bitwig has a new beta out that updates some major features, and two of my favorite companies collab on a brand new project. Find out more coming up. Thank you for watching PDot TV, where you'll find tips, tricks, and tutorials for DJs and music performers. Now let's get into the video. So if you've just gotten into DJing over the last few years, maybe the name Pacemaker doesn't ring any bells, but anybody that's been in the scene, especially the hardware junkie that's been around for a while, kind of remembers the name. It was this device that kind of changed the dynamics of how you would interact and DJ with the crowd, but it was never really successful as far as hardware goes, and they moved to just making an iOS app for DJing that used actual AI, which was kind of cool, but still not really mainstream. But Pacemaker's never stopped developing, and they've come out with a brand new feature that's pretty interesting in my opinion, and that is now you have the ability to collaborate with other people when making a mix, to kind of make a collaborative mixtape. So as a user of Pacemaker, you can go ahead and start a mix and have it tracked out, and then you can invite other people to collaborate with it, and they can adjust things like, you know, the track order or the way different transitions were handled to make it more of a real collaborative effort. Now I know that I've never really dove into using Pacemaker before, but a feature like this really piques my interest, and I will be downloading it and giving it a try, because one of my favorite projects that I did in the past was a collaborative mix series with one of my buddies, C-Science. So if this app allows for collaboration like that, I'd really love to see, you know, how easy it is to mix and how to integrate it. Maybe not for serious projects, but for some fun side projects and just stuff to listen to, and just another way to interact with some of my DJ friends. So if you haven't already, you should definitely check out Pacemaker. You can find it in the iOS App Store. Digital audio workstation Bitwig is coming out with the beta for version 2.4, and it features a new revamped and completely retooled sampler. Now, Bitwig already in the past had a pretty, nicely featured sampler, but this just takes its sampler to a whole nother level. Not only can you, throw a sample in there, adjust the pitch or adjust the speed, both independently or at the same time, but now this new sampler allows the users to create multi-sample instruments, as well as use the samples to create granular synthesis devices. Now if you're a synth junkie, you probably already know that granular synthesis is some of the most complicated and crazy sounding out of all the different kinds of synthesizers out there. So to have this kind of functionality within Bitwig on top of the other new features that they've included in this new sampler, so this is kind of mind-blowing that this is a free update to an already pretty nicely priced digital audio workstation. So if you're into a sampling workflow and you're used to things like maybe Machina or maybe Ableton Live, and you're looking for another layer that you can lay on top of it, as well, just another way that you can express your creativity, Bitwig is a pretty good choice in my opinion. Now again, if you haven't heard of Bitwig before, it's developed by former Ableton Live engineers, so there's a lot of similarities there, but there are a lot of differences as well, especially when it comes to different kinds of modulation. That's where Bitwig really shines, where there's things in Bitwig that you can modulate in the DAW that just aren't available and aren't really possible on any other digital audio workstation. So if you're really into creating your own sounds and making a really unique piece of audio, definitely check out Bitwig and their new 2.4 beta. If you've been following this channel for a while, I'm pretty sure you know that I'm a fan of Korg and the products they produce. One product that I really haven't given enough light to, but I think is one of their best, especially at the moment, is their whole gadget app. This is an iOS app and now an app for the Nintendo Switch that allows for music creation on the go, and not just to create some small little piece of music, but you can create complete whole songs in the app using different samplers and different synthesizers, all housed within the one Korg gadget app. But now they've added something that kind of came out of left field, but I'm really happy to see. They've collaborated with software maker Propellerheads to add the famous Dr. Octorex's sample player into the gadget app. Now this is huge, especially for me, because Propellerheads are the developers of Reason, which was my first real foray into production. So to see one of the old tools that I really loved and used a lot in the past added to this new Korg gadget app is just really exciting, and really gives me more incentive to purchase it for my Nintendo Switch so I can use it on the go wherever I am to create some great new music. But on top of just adding this one device, it really opens the door and just begs a lot of questions about what other devices will make it from Propellerheads into the Korg gadget app, as well as what other companies will want to collaborate with Korg to create, versions of their synthesizers or their samplers or different effects maybe, and add it into the gadget app. This can really be seen as Korg making the gadget app, instead of just being kind of its own Korg thing and standalone product, to a whole ecosystem and environment where other developers can make products for it and then develop it within the Korg gadget app for the gadget community, because there's tons of producers out there that use this app. For one, I know my guy Bigwig gets plenty of good use out of this thing, and you can see it in all his videos, and it's really easy to see. It has a distinct look and a really great sound. It sounds full, it sounds fat. So if you've never used Korg Gadget, this might be the time to get into it, especially with all these possibilities coming in the near future. So that's it for the news this week. So question of the day, are you question of the day, are you a Korg Gadget user? If so, what are some of your favorite devices? Go and leave that down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And as always, if you found this video useful, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, go ahead and click right here to subscribe to this channel. Or if you'd like to watch more content, go ahead and click on that video right there. And thank you for watching PDot TV, where you'll find tips, tricks, and tutorials for DJs and music performers. See you next time.